hope you guys are all staying safe and healthy. Today's video is going to be some tips that I have and ways that I've been using myself, how to stay sane and productive at home, especially during these times whenever we're required to self-isolate. So these are just a few things I've found that have really helped me out, and I figured I'd share them with you all. And if you have any tips of your own, leave them down in the comments below. And without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get into the video. So my very first tip for staying sane and productive during isolation, or if you're at home quite a bit, is to create yourself a morning routine. So by creating this morning routine, you want to make it where it's something that you're really excited to get up out of bed and do. So for me, it's reading my book and drinking coffee. This is just my time in the morning, and this is what gets my mind right. It's just a time for me to gradually wake up, and it makes me super excited to get out of bed because I know I get my warm cup of coffee. And if you're a coffee lover, that first sip, you understand, is just, you look forward to that on its own. It's so good. It's different for everybody, so what works for one person won't work for someone else. So make it where you're waking up at a consistent time, but that also means you're going to bed at a consistent time. So don't make it where one day you go to bed at 9 and then the next night you go to bed at like 12 and you're still trying to wake up at like 6 or 7. It's just not gonna work. You still need to get a lot of sleep, even though you are staying at home and we're not going to school or our work offices or anything like that. And staying consistent with that is going to give you structure, and it's also going to make it seem as though you have more control over your life and your productivity. And by waking up earlier, or waking up at a consistent time and going to bed at a consistent time, you're going to just naturally feel more productive, and it's going to be great. Make sure that you do it gradually. So like if you're normally waking up at like 9 or 10 o'clock, I would do maybe like 30-minute increments every day. So like if you wake up at 9 o'clock, the next day do 8:30, and then the next day 8 o'clock, and just kind of do it gradually, because you don't want to shock your body and be super tired and just not be consistent. That's definitely going to give you a foundation to be more productive in every other area of your life. The next tip I would say is to open your windows if you can. If you can't open your windows, open your blinds, let in as much natural light as possible, because that's going to make you happy. It's going to wake you up even more. It's going to get you ready to start your day. I always lift our blinds in the morning and I open up our window, and our cats always go sit by them, so that's a big reason I do it too, so they can have fresh air. And just being able to feel the wind when it blows, and even though you're still inside, like you're able to still appreciate nice weather. You're still able to get the fresh air, and obviously go outside if you can too. I don't know like where you live or anything, or the restrictions with going outside, but if you're able to go for walks and you're able to go for a run or do a workout on the porch or something like that, definitely do that too. Just getting yourself outside and getting fresh air is going to clear your mind, because at least for me, if I stay in my house for an extended period of time, I love my home, but I like get into my own head and I get grumpy, and it's just not a good time, and I don't like it. So and once I get outside and I get some sun and I feel the wind and I hear the birds, it's an instant switch. And I really think it's important that we make sure that we get some fresh air and natural sunlight. The next thing I would say that is something I've always done, I think my mom just really ingrained this in me very well, so Mom, if you're watching this, thank you so much, is to make your bed every single day. That is going to keep you from crawling back into it. If you make it really neat, you don't want to mess it up. So you're already feeling productive because you can't crawl back in the bed. It looks too nice to mess up, at least for me. Once I get my bed nice and like I like it, I don't want to touch it. So I would definitely make sure that you make your bed, and it's also going to put you in that mentality of like, okay, I've made my bed, my day is starting. My next tip is to change out of your pajamas. This is by far the hardest for me because I wear a fuzzy robe, and the point of like getting out of my fuzzy robe is even harder than for me getting out of bed. It's hard. Just lay out whatever clothes, like if you want to work out, lay out those clothes. If you want to make it something where you're excited to wear it. Even though we're not going anywhere, it's really important to make yourself feel presentable, because then it makes you feel more confident and like, dang, I'm ready to take the day, like you're ready to get stuff done. Definitely make sure that you change out of your pajamas. And also I'm reading the Atomic Habits book, and I would love to do a video just kind of what I learned from it, because I learned so much and I've implemented things from that book that have really helped me. But I would definitely say, like, if you work out in your pajamas, if you do yoga in your pajamas, if you do your schoolwork in your pajamas, your office work, whatever it is, it's going to confuse your brain and it's going to affect you in other aspects. So like whenever you're relaxing in your pajamas and you've been working in them, it's really hard to switch off from working to relaxing because your brain associates your pajamas with both. So it's confusing. So it's really good to just designate your pajamas for relaxing and sleeping, and then to change out of those into something else to where it like flicks your brain like, okay, it's work mode now. Like, I gotta get stuff done. And not even necessarily just work. Like, if you're just cleaning the house, change your clothes. Like, don't clean the house in your pajamas. Like, throw on some like really cute sweatpants and a crop top, or put on your favorite t-shirt and some shorts, or just something fun. That way you feel good while you're doing whatever it is that you have to do. So my next tip is to move your body. So this can be stretching, yoga, working out, going for a walk, whatever makes your body feel really good. I've been doing a lot of guided yoga flows on YouTube. I usually do one every single morning for at least 10 minutes because my body feels so tight from sleeping all night. So just stretching really gets me limber. It makes me feel like I'm ready for a workout. It's actually really important to stretch too. And the more you stretch, the better your workouts will be and the more your muscles can recover. So it's a really important thing to do. I can link a couple of my favorite ones that I've been doing down below. There's also been at-home workouts on YouTube I've been doing. There's guided meditations. I've really been trying to get into meditating. It's hard and it's something you really have to practice at, but I'm determined. I'm gonna do it. And moving your body is so important because it gets blood pumping, so that it gets your brain working even better and it gets you more productive, and it just makes you feel so good, and you're also gonna sleep a lot better too. Take this time to really learn how to take care of your body, and maybe you learn stretches that you can just do every single day, or you learn yoga poses you could do every day, or you learn different workouts or different circuits that you could do through doing someone else's workout. So whatever you do, it's important to stretch and exercise if absolutely possible. It's also a great way to get you outside too. You can exercise outside, and it only takes like 10 minutes to do any of that, whether it's stretching, meditating, yoga, exercising, whatever it is. Only takes like 5 to 10 minutes. And I would just start with something easy and something that you like, and I think once you start, you'll really, really like it. My next tip is to make sure that you are staying hydrated and that you eat healthy foods and not a bunch of processed foods, and this is where it can get pretty hard. So hydrating, it's very hard to, at least for me, drink water while I'm at home. It's also good too because if you have to like pee a lot, you have your bathroom right there. You don't have to worry about like, I don't know. I don't like public bathrooms, so it's nice to have my own. But hydrating is super important, and being at home, it can be kind of hard to forget about it, especially if you have like soda in the fridge, or if you have other beverages around, or drinking coffee, just different ones that don't really hydrate your body like they should. It's very easy to just reach for those instead. So make sure you're monitoring how much water that you're drinking, and by drinking more water, for one, you'll feel fuller, so you won't want to snack as much, and also it's really going to help your body and make you feel more energized too. And we want to eat as much healthy food as possible. Of course, you're gonna have your occasional, stuff that isn't as great for you, and that's totally fine. You need to indulge every now and then, but you also have to know, like, you need to be able to nourish your body. And I feel like now that we're home and we have so much more free time, commutes are not a thing, and you're able to put more time into things, I would use this time to try to cook something that you haven't cooked before, or maybe like a healthy recipe that you want to try. You want to make a smoothie bowl, just try different things, experiment with healthy food. That's what I've been doing. Just make sure you're staying hydrated and you're nourishing your body with really good food for you, especially now that we're at home. It's the perfect time to do it. The next thing that I've been doing to help me stay productive is to take a certain amount of time in my day to myself and to get my mind together. So I take time in the morning while I have my coffee to read my book. I'm trying to get into journaling, so that's also, if you're a journaling person, that's a really good time to do that. Make sure you take time to work your brain and take that time to organize your thoughts and, you know, make a to-do list of what you want to do. And if you're making a to-do list, don't list 1,000 things. I know the days may seem longer since we're at home constantly and not really going anywhere, so especially if you wake up early, the day can feel like it lasts for a really long time. So just make sure that you only set at least 3 priorities. You can make a to-do list of stuff that needs to get done, and it can be more than 3. I would just prioritize your top 3 out of those and make sure that, like, of course, once you get those 3 done, you can move on to maybe a 4th thing, but you want to just mainly focus on those 3 things that day, because it's so easy for us to either get distracted at home or to just plan too much and actually run out of time. Like, just make 3, and it can be very simple things. It doesn't have to be complex. It could be, I don't know, clean the toilet and then fold some clothes, or do a homework assignment. Like, just whatever top 3 priorities you have that day, write those down, and that way you can just check them off, and just that way you don't overwhelm yourself, and you stay productive, and you stay getting stuff done, and you also don't burn yourself out. And my very last tip would be to make sure that you're taking breaks. You don't want to burn yourself out, like I said, and you also really want to make sure that you're giving your brain that break that it needs, and make sure that you're not, you know, missing a meal, or missing, you know, drinking your water, or being able to just take a break and get up and move your body to where you can refocus. And if you're taking breaks, don't feel like you're slacking. Obviously, don't make them super long, but make it long enough to where you can go do something for 10, 15, 30 minutes, like a lunch break or just a stretching break, and then come back to it, because that's really going to help you get your concentration back, and maybe even give you a fresh look of what you're doing. So like, you could, if you have like a block, or if you're just getting tired of staring at it, it's really good to just kind of walk away from it and come back with fresh eyes. Alright guys, so those were all of my tips on how I stay sane and productive while at home. I really hope that you guys enjoy, and also if there's a passion, or if there's something that you've really been wanting to do, take this time and do it. Don't feel like you're wasting your time. Throw yourself into whatever it is that you love. Take this time to really grow and build skills, and just whatever it is that you don't normally get to do, take advantage of this time and just do it and have fun with it. I really hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys are all staying safe and healthy, and please don't forget to like and subscribe, because it really supports my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.